to my channel. If you are new, welcome to the Lemkhile Maboja family. And make sure that you subscribe so that you can be a part of all of this awesomeness. A lot of the content lately, of course, is around parenting and things to do with parents, but there are other things that we do on the channel. So let's talk today about what to prepare before going into the hospital to have your baby. And these are things that probably the list that you find online won't tell you. Because you'll find the list that says, oh, what are the things you need to do? What are the things you need to pack? I want to talk about some of the things that no one ever told me to do that I either did do or realized after the fact, oh, I probably should have done this. So let me start with some of the simple ones. When you think to yourself, how can I make my life easier when I come home with my baby? You don't want to be worrying about nails. So first thing I would suggest you do once you start approaching your due date, get your nails shorter because you are changing diapers of a delicate baby. Get the tips gone, make them easy to maintain. So what I did with my nails is I cut them short so they're a lot shorter than what they are. They were shorter than what they are now, so that they're easy to maintain. But I did have gelish on them because I still was working. So they just look neat and pretty. They were a nude natural color. So sort out your nails so you don't have to worry about now cracked nails, breaking acrylics and tips and all of those things. So sort out your nails. The next one I would say is sort out your hair. I've got natural hair, and even though it can be easy, sometimes it's such a nightmare. Yo guys, it's high maintenance sometimes. The plaiting, the having to, basing the scalp and all of the maintenance that you need to do. I opted for cornrows. If you check out my baby shower pictures on Instagram, you'll see the hair that I had. But I said, let me do something easy, that's neat, that's pretty, that can still photograph well for when I do need to go back to shooting, and that I don't have to do much except just tie at the back or even leave loose. So sort out your hair and put it in such a way that it's not high maintenance. It's not going to cause you stress and anxiety when you have given birth or are at home taking care of your little one. The next thing I would say you should do is create space. When you have a baba and baby's most likely going to be sleeping in the room with you, create that space prior. And I'm not just talking about, oh, where's the cot going? I'm talking about all the many things that you're going to need. So you might need, for example, a small little lampshade that goes in the room so you're not using the main light. Create that space so that you're not trying to figure out space when baby is here. And it's usually the lots of little things, not the one big thing that take up a lot of space. It's the lot of little things. And you'll see, especially if you have a winter baby, you're going to need lots of blankets, lots of things outside of the storage that baby has. Create space to make your life convenient, to make storage easy so that you can find everything easily. What I had done is that I was renovating my place, and by the time I moved back, which is basically when baby and I came back from the hospital, I was able to have space created specifically for baby's arrival. And that included me. So all of the things that were in the underwear drawer were relevant to me being a new mom, like the maternity bras, all of those things. So create space and shift things around to make it easy for you to have the button down pajamas and gowns, so it's easy for you to breastfeed, as opposed to going through your gonga outfits, trying to when you just want to find a fresh outfit and trying to get ready while baby's crying. So create space and make things easy, make them accessible, make the space functional. I was still working, so I got like a fold out table so that my laptop could be there, and that allowed me, if I'm sitting with baby and he's sleeping next to me, I could just turn over and do my work. The next one is on the line of making life easy for yourself. You need to eat to produce milk and also just to live, straight up live. Get people to help you with food prep. But what you can do, if you're on schedule, on time, and you don't have access to, Woolies Dash food delivery, Uber Eats because of where you stay or it's just too expensive, prep meals. You can go online to say, what are easy meals to prepare and freeze? So for example, something that's easy to prepare and freeze is you could cook mince. Mince in a nice tomato-based sauce that you can have with rice, you can have with spaghetti, and then maybe to make it simpler, add your veggies to, finely chopped veggies to that mince as well, and freeze that. And you can do that with multiple things. You can pre-cook your pumpkin, pre-cook certain veg. Obviously some veg don't do so well in the defrosting process, but prep food so that come time that now baby's here, everybody's fussing around baby, you are fussing around baby, you can still take care of yourself and be well nourished. It's not now the stress of like, yo, now I need to cook, and then you end up eating, you know, peanut butter sandwiches the whole day. You need to have sustenance. So if you don't have time to meal prep closer to the time, or you're just physically unable to, ask someone to help you. A lot of the time when you're pregnant, people are offering help, but you don't want to bother people. Be like, listen, actually I would really appreciate if you maybe could just prepare some food and help me food prep and put the food away. And sometimes food prep is even as simple as you go to Food Lovers, you have your $100, buy your special, you come back, and then you are peeling and chopping, putting them in a bag and freezing. Then you know, okay, when I need to prepare something, I'm just gonna put it on the pot with a bit of water and then steam it or cook it or whatever the case may be. So make food and eating and sustenance convenient. I would also say make sure all of your own medication is up to date so that you're not having to rush to the pharmacy to refill a prescription. You can have all of your standard meds at home. The next one I'd say, if you have medical aid or hospital plan, make sure all of your admin is sorted before you go to the hospital. So in the case of myself, I had an emergency C-section, and before the time we had already sorted out authorization codes, because they'll set it for the date of your due date, and then when you go to the hospital, it's already done. I just had to swap hospitals around, and the admin was sorted. So sort out your medical aid, or your medical insurance or your hospital plan prior, so that you can already preempt if there's anything extra you need to spend on. If you're not going to a private hospital, get as much information as you can about the public hospital so that you know where to go, how it works, what are the visiting hours. So just plan in advance. It will put your own mind at ease. One of the things you can do, especially if you are working and have been paying UIF, is start to prepare your maternity claim documents, because the queue is so long at UIF. I know somebody who's been waiting almost 2 years to get even a response. There was quite a backlog there. So if you pay UIF, you can go and do a maternity claim. I would say start going on the website, see what the requirements are, all of the documents that are needed. Start collating the documents you need from your boss, pay slips, all of those things, so that it's done, and now you're not with a newborn stressing about having to put in this maternity claim with UIF. And then these two ones might sound a little bit like, ooh, that's so dodgy and negative, but one of the things I wish I had done before I went in to deliver my baby, but thank God nothing bad happened, is to update your will. You know, be sure that should anything happen, you have expressed your wishes of what you want to happen with your baby, especially if you aren't married, or if the father is not around, if you are a single parent, and maybe you would specifically want your child to be taken care of by your sibling and not your parents. Maybe have that written down somewhere. I would say do it in a formal will so that it can be contested in court. Many people don't think about these things, but if you are one of those people, I would say go ahead and do it. And then, speaking of things that are unexpected that can happen, is the one of, do you have a plan? Should something happen to you where baby is discharged from the hospital before you? Do you have support? Because if they say baby's free to go home and good to go, and you are in the hospital, I mean, it's not likely that the hospital will fully discharge baby and keep you there alone, because you may have to breastfeed. But if for whatever reason, whatever the situation is that you are in at the hospital, your newborn can't be with you because it's not safe because of infection or whatever else, or even COVID, I would say, do you have a plan for who's the person that can play, you know, guardian and take care of your little one while you're in hospital? So these are some of the things that I would say the lists don't tell you to prepare for come time for when you have your baby and getting ready to have the little one. And I would say, as far as possible, keep it positive. Don't keep people in your life at that time that aren't breathing positivity into your space. That's another way to prepare, is, you know, check where you are spiritually. And I'm not saying, you know, force Stella to go to church. No, just within yourself. Get yourself centered, get yourself grounded, get yourself aligned. And these are some of the things that I did to prepare for the little one that came and is now the Mukokeri that we all know and love today. So if there's anything I've missed or something you'd love to suggest, put in the comments down below or ask any questions you may have of me. Thank you so much as always. I appreciate you guys coming through to watch these videos and be part of this community. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and hit the notification bell.